So, I hear we're into some of the same stuff.
You are about to join the revolution.
The time has come. Your vote will never be the same. You are listening to a sophisticated conversation.
Greetings and welcome to episode number 43 of Podcast Revolution. I'm your host John, and joining me here in the studio is Cages, and yes, thank you Cages. And also joining us via Skype is Tab. Tab, hi.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. You're coming in really soft from your end. I don't know why.
You're soft.
There we go.
Is this better? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Get closer to the microphone. Okay, so how are things over there in Germany?
Same as usual.
Okay, anything that our listeners would care about?
No.
Nothing at all. Okay, fair enough. So, we have Cages in the studio, and Cages, a lot of people don't like you.
Why is that?
Have you ever looked in the mirror? I'm just kidding. But, no, in all seriousness, Cages, one topic I want to discuss today is disappointments, and what better than to have you here? But not you being a disappointment. I want to know, Cages, what's a disappointment you've had in the last couple months? What's something that's made you really angry or upset?
I guess not doing as well as I could in school.
Okay.
A little annoyed about that.
Would you care to elaborate?
Well, I've had to retake some classes because I didn't do as well as I should have the first time around.
Is it because you got too caught up with your fame and fortune and the podcast?
Maybe a little, I don't know. But,
Okay, Tab, how about you? Has anything disappointed you lately? Or made you upset?
I don't think you know what I saw? This really pissed me off. So I'm walking on campus, and I'm right behind this girl who's wearing one of the most offensive ensembles I've seen in a while.
Was it from Death Shop?
No. So from like the waist up, she looked fine. She just had like a jacket on of some sort. But from the waist down, it was just a train wreck.
How so?
So let me kind of build the picture for you. So she's wearing like some dark colored leggings, which is on its own not too bad. 'Cause it was kind of like one of those jackets that kind of goes down a little bit. So it wasn't like, as bad as just wearing like some short jacket and then nothing but tights. But then she wasn't just wearing tights. She was wearing they weren't tights, but leggings. Then she was wearing rolled up cuff short jeans, which in themselves are bad, but combined with the leggings looks awful. Now you've got that.
Dick wet.
And now on top of that, she's wearing stiletto heels, and over the leggings and the stiletto heels, she's wearing white knitted leg warmers. And it was just one of those things where it was like, what the hell is wrong with her? And the answer is everything.
All right. Well, so that upset you. That disappointed you.
Yes.
All right. Well, I have bad news for you.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how bad he's fuming right now. You know the words.
No.
You know the rules, and so do I. I've still commitments while
Alright, that's enough of that. So, how's it feel to have been rickrolled on the podcast?
Well, that really doesn't count as rickrolling. It just counts as you just playing the music.
Shut up, cunt.
Yes. It appears that your connection's fading a little bit. Can you hear me? Mayday. Mayday. Tab? Alright, so Cages. We'll wait till Tab's connection resets. So, Cages, why are you here?
We're going to Mohegan Sun to see an MMA fight.
Well, that's right, yes. Someone I met on the cruise on my honeymoon, his son is fighting, so I figured I'd go support the young lad, who could probably pummel my face in.
Probably.
So maybe if I didn't go, he would have sent him after me, so I don't really have much of a choice.
That seems like the most likely situation.
Well, yes. I mean, of course you'd want my presence there. I mean, I'm hosting Podcast Revolution. I'm somebody you want to have places. I'm a good spokesman. That just asked Paw to Paw Promise.
Well, of course. I'm sure their business has at least increased 10,000%.
Yes. Anyways, I have a few topics that I want to discuss, but before we get to those, is there anything you guys would like to talk about? I know Cages doesn't have anything to bring to the table.
As usual.
Tab, is there anything that's itching the back of your ear?
Well, I was actually thinking about, I came up kind of with a topic to discuss that was based off of a topic that we discussed during the commercial breaks of last show. What we were talking about last time, well, not last episode, but the last episode I was on, was the whole idea of how it would suck if you had a daughter and she was getting, railed by some dude. To put it as Eric phrased it. But rather than get into that sort of topic, I decided to look at a different thing. Is, well, how would you feel if you had a kid and they were just like fat, like not chubby or anything like that, but we're talking like big old fat, like kind of thing where like you really feel like you could have done something about it, but something went wrong,
Like you'd question your own parenting skills. Did I feed them the right foods? Did I have them exercise enough? And
well, I mean, if they're really fat, then the answer is no, you did not. But
because I know a lot of parents like to live vicariously through their kids, but if your kid's a big fat tub, then it's like, I don't want to be you.
But yeah, like there's that certain point where you don't have that much control over your kid's life. So let's say your kid's like, a late teen or even like in his 20s, and he's just like just a porker.
Like how would you feel about member that? Of society.
Like he's one of those guys who's like, "Hey, Mom, Dad, I think I'm going to get one of those power scooters."
It's like I can't walk anymore. You need to pay for my scooter.
Yeah. Like how would you? Yeah. Like it's one of those things where it's like, well, there's only one way you would feel. You feel like you just completely failed at life. Yeah,
that's true. And if your kid's born developmentally disabled, that's something you accept and live with, and you work with that kid. But if this is a regular, healthy kid from the beginning and just goes fat, you failed.
I mean, some of it can be influenced by genetics and stuff.
Oh yeah, and I'm not ruling that out. But I'm not talking about pudgy, unathletic. I'm not talking about Piggy from Lord of the Flies. I'm talking about like full on 400 pounds and just eats complete garbage and it never does anything,
Like a Garfield of a human.
Yeah, I'm not talking about people who are within what I would consider to be like classic fat, like the fat that you'd see like 100 years ago when it wasn't like when obesity wasn't a thing that happened. You just had the guys that were like pretty tubby, but not over the top.
Like you'd be worried that in a couple of years they wouldn't be able to get out of bed and they'd be like the parents in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and you'd have to tear down a wall to help them.
Yes, sure.
All right. So, Cages, do you have anything you want to weigh in on this?
Not really.
All right, so what if your fat kid was at least very funny? Would you be less inclined to hate him?
How funny are we talking? Are we talking like successful stand-up comedian funny, or are we talking like, when his friends talk about him behind his back, he's like, well, he's got a good sense of humor.
Let's say stand-up comedy funny.
I mean, at least he's using his his weight problems for something, you know?
I mean, he wouldn't be physically attractive to anybody, but he could at least get money, so he could potentially get a wife.
Yeah, but you'd also kind of think that, like, with that kind of money, he could maybe, you know, afford to take better care of himself.
That's true. Well, then it would be on your shoulders to condition him and encourage him to do better.
Yeah, I mean, it's the parents' responsibility to make sure their kid isn't a complete fuck up.
But it is always funny when you see two skinny parents with just a job of the hut of a kid.
Yeah, and it's it's one of those things like I'm not even talking about like between the like especially like before puberty, like if your kid's pudgy, like that's probably just a thing. And like I was pretty pudgy when I was younger, and now I'm normal, you know. And I'm sure when Kay just hits puberty, he'll lose some of that weight.
Ouch. Thanks.
I kid.
I'd hope so.
Yes. So, Tab, why'd you bring this topic up? Has this been bothering you the last few days?
No, not really. But it's just one of those things where, like, like I have a friend who, when I first knew him, he's a really tall guy, so this helped. He was like 400 pounds when I first met him, and since then he's put some effort in, and he's lost like 100 pounds. So he's now like, he's still pretty heavy, but he's tall enough that it's not like he's really fat. And he exercises, and he's working on it, and he's dieting, and all that sort of thing. So that's great. But then you've got those people where it's just like, at what point do you look at yourself in the mirror and just give up?
That's true. That's a very good point. Well, and we'll have to ask Eric, but I mean, we know his kids won't be fat because they won't be allowed to eat in his car.
Right.
And I can't remember if I said this on the show the other day, but when Eric was at Subway at work, he was with some coworkers. He was a little late getting back. They were cutting it close, and one of them was like, "Oh, I'll just eat in the car on the way back to work." And Eric absolutely refused. He made the guy finish eating there, and they were late getting back.
Like, does Eric what kind of car does Eric have? Is it just like some?
It's a new car, but it's still, he's very protective of it. Nothing but water is allowed in his vehicle. I mean, this goes for himself too. Like, he won't drink coffee in his own car.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, that's really not that unreasonable. I mean, it's one of those things where it's odd for people who don't do that, but some people, they don't want to have to deal with someone getting a huge coffee stain or grease stains all over their fucking car. They're not going to want to have to, A, don't want to look at it, and B, they're not going to get it cleaned. I'm not saying, like, as a person who doesn't own a car, that's not really a thing that I think about too much, but I don't think I would have as strict rules as Eric, but I'd probably definitely be like, hey, don't bring your freaking, nachos into my car.
Oh, right. What about like a gummy bear? Some gummy bears.
Gummy bears? Like,
as long as you eat it like a civilized person and don't get them.
Yeah, and you're not like dropping them beneath the seat and like mushing them into the engine or something.
Right. But Eric absolutely refuses. Nothing but water is allowed, even on an 11-hour trip. You can only eat food at rest stops.
Well, I mean, as long as he's reasonable about stopping at rest stops, or even just stopping anywhere to get food or drinks or whatever.
Yeah, but sometimes you just want to keep plowing through the night, but you want to eat at the same time.
Yeah.
You don't always want to stop. You want to keep powering.
Well, I mean, he sleeps, right?
You would hope.
Well, hopefully not while he's driving the car, and he won't let anybody else drive his car.
Oh, okay then. Never mind, because I was going to suggest that, like, while he's sleeping, you can just, like, pig out on some food.
I mean, you work at a science lab where we could pull a Dexter and give him a mild sedative just for a little bit while we eat food.
What kind of lab do you think I work at? Do you think I have access to mild sedatives?
You could probably make some.
I don't know. I'm not gonna respond.
Stop revealing his future plans, John.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
I'm halfway.
Okay, I fixed it.
I'm halfway there.
Yes. All right. So I have a topic I'd like to discuss, but I think I'll wait until after the break. So let's take a break.
Okay. Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, sir?
Yes, I'd like a water.
A water? One sec, let me get my manager. Hi, I'm Ronald McDonald. I'm the manager at this McDonald's. What's even be the problem here, boy?
I'd like a water.
Oh, God! What is for gays? What is the matter with you, boy? Get a goddamn hamburger.
I'm a vegetarian.
What the fuck are you doing at McDonald's? We want a yogurt parfait? We don't got no vegetarian foods here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out right to that door. Where that guy's coming in with the stripes on his shirt.
Alright, now listen up. This is a holdup. I'm the friggin' Hamburglar, and I want some friggin' hamburgers here at McDonald's.
Okay, let me get you a hamburger.
Stop fucking talking, clown. Just give me some goddamn hamburgers or I'm gonna knife this veggie fag in the face.
Here's your big burger. That'll be $2.99.
More.
But sir, you haven't paid me for that one.
Shut the fuck up. Give me more hamburgers. I'm a burglar. I steal them. I don't pay for them.
But sir, if you're not willing to pay, I'm going to have to get my manager.
And it's stab this guy in the face. Give me more food right now.
Here's some French fries.
French fries? Do I look like the friggin' French fry burglar? No, that guy wears yellow clothes and he's a big fucking flamer. I like hamburgers. Now give me another one.
Oh, Johnny, make up some more hamburgers. You'll have to wait, sir. We have to cook them.
I don't care if they're cooked. Just give them to me raw.
You want raw patties?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't know about patties, but I could give you some buns. They're my best asset, if you know what I mean.
Alright, that's it. I'm killing this guy.
Oh my goodness, you murdered him.
You're next, getting string bean.
Well, at least you killed that vegetarian faggot. I mean, he was
Cook him into a burger right now. Cook him.
Okay, just don't cut off my face. It's my second best asset. Oh God, I'm cutting this dude off. Oh, McDonald's burgers are people.
That's why they're so good.
McDonald's.
Alright, for those of you who don't know, the Hamburglar has been caught and he has been arrested. So, and for those of you who don't know, Cages was the vegetarian.
And as usual, I had as little lines as possible.
Yes, I believe you said I would like some water and I am a vegetarian.
But he pulled it off very well.
Yes, he was very professional.
For the record, I am not a vegetarian.
Are you professional? Are you professional?
You know, since we brought it up, we might as well just discuss it since it's a good topic. What's your feeling about vegetarianism or veganism?
I think it's, in principle, it's not a bad thing, but I don't think it's something I'd be able to do. Especially with all the protein deficiencies and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be the biggest issue, is unless you've already kind of done your research and you know exactly what you're going to buy to make up for those protein deficiencies, that's the biggest issue I would see. Also, the fact that I do enjoy, meats.
Right. It tastes good.
Yeah, I mean, I could go, vegetarian or vegan, but for me, it's like right now, I mean, on top of being glutarded, do I really want to be a vegan too?
Exactly. Right.
Exactly.
I mean, not to kind of bash them or anything, but I think the logic's a little flawed because, I mean, they don't want to eat meat or anything because it's living things, but I mean, everything we eat was alive, so.
Yeah. I really like that you pointed that out because I think about that myself, is that it's like, yeah, I mean, like, okay, so we don't want to kill animals. Well, how is eating plants any different, really?
Well, technically, if you're eating an apple, was an apple really alive, or is it just a product from a tree that was alive?
Well, saying that an apple doesn't count as alive would be like saying an egg doesn't count as being alive.
That's fair. But there's some people who'd say that an egg could have been alive.
Yes.
Or or some people, like vegans, believe that you're using an animal product, which is just as bad.
Yeah, that was the point I was making, that an apple contains seeds, which are essentially like a fertilized egg,
That's true.
but in plants.
All right, you win.
Yes, I do.
So, but apparently we have someone else joining us in a moment. We'll see if he joins.
Boo.
All right, Andy, you're here.
Go.
All right, Andy, you're joining me, Cages, and Tab, and we're talking about veganism. And Tab just made the point that... Tab, do you want to reiterate your point?
Just the idea that, the whole idea that, you want to eat plants rather than animals because you don't want to, kill animals. It's kind of being ignorant or just ignoring the fact that, well, if you're eating plants, then you're killing plants, or at least using plant products, which is comparable to eating animal byproducts.
Not to mention you're taking the animal source of food.
Well, I mean, that's arguable to go with agriculture, but
Yeah.
yes.
Like, in the instance of cows, if we're eating all the corn, cows won't have corn.
Actually, most of the corn that we make is produced into ethanol, by the way.
This is also acceptable. But we
For
are forgetting,
biofuel purposes.
we're
Yes.
forgetting one very key positive aspect of being vegan.
That you have to go to Vegan Academy.
Yes, but it will give you superpowers.
That is only in the Scott Pilgrim movie. And
that is
series.
Only reason I'm Skyping with you right now. Just to say that. One point.
So you're done. Goodbye, Andy.
Pretty much. Where's Cages?
I'm here.
Kevin!
Andy.
It's Cages, everyone.
I think they know that.
I know. I'm just excited.
Glad to hear it.
Cages, take your bows. Take your bows.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, they don't want to... They really like you. All right. Let's see. Everybody, it's Tab. That's a respectful
Yeah,
clap. All right.
I don't have an issue.
Everybody, it's your host, John.
You're like Cages.
All right, they really like Cages. Everybody, it's Andy.
I expected crickets, actually.
I tried the crickets. That one didn't work so well.
It happens.
Yeah, it was
Wait a
pretty
minute.
awful.
Wait, Andy, tell us a joke.
Think I can come up with a joke off the top of my head?
That's right.
We have a laugh track. I'm excited.
All right, screw talking about veganism, unless if anybody has anything else to say. Anybody?
I get
Not really.
Nope.
Nope.
I think
Okay.
the topic's done, Johnny.
All right. So I have a question for you, and who's eating?
I'm not.
Only I am allowed to eat on this show.
I'm not eating, but I'm crumpling up plastic wrappers.
Well, that's enough of that.
All right.
All right. So, Tab, this is a subject I know you know very well, and I think all of us could discuss and chime in on as well. And the topic is going to movies with your parents. So what do you guys think if just seeing movies with your parents? Do you try to get your parents to like the same movies as you, or not? Or what are some interesting experiences? Kevin, I'll let you go first.
I mean, if you have like a movie that you're both commonly interested in, because like during my last break, I actually went to see True Grit with my dad, because it's the only real movie out that he liked, and we enjoyed that. And I mean,
Yay!
yeah, thank you. So I mean, if there's a movie out there that you're both interested in, go for it.
Okay. Andy, can you think of any issues with going to movies with your parents?
Well, you kind of got to go break down by age. If you're a kid, then you got no choice, but it's a movie, it's something fun, so yay. But if you're a teenager, it's embarrassing as all hell. But when, you pass the awkward phase of adolescence, it's a free movie. I mean, like Kevin was saying, if, you both enjoy the movie. I went to see Tron with my dad, and, he paid. So, win-win for me.
Oh, good for you!
You just really wanted to use that one, huh?
Yeah, I like that one. But
Good.
so, Tron was a good-looking movie.
Pretty much, yeah. That's about it.
Yeah, and
still
so
wanna see,
you and your dad found a common interest in Tron,
Yeah.
being trapped in a computer for your life.
You just wanted to see sci-fi. I just felt like seeing Tron.
Okay,
And not much else interest in that.
Tab, how about you?
Well, I've seen two movies that probably both of them would probably be best seen without your parents. But my parents, so I saw the movies Superbad and the movie Hot Tub Time Machine with my parents in theaters.
Oops.
Well, I guess. But here's the thing that was more troubling was in Superbad, how many things my parents found funny that there was a couple things that I laughed and they didn't, and that was really awkward. But there were a lot of things where we both laughed, and that was awkward.
Which was worse?
Definitely the parts where, see, when they laughed and I laughed, then it was like, oh, they find that funny, huh? But when I laughed and they didn't, it was like, wow, they must just think I'm a terrible person.
Can you think of an example off the top of your head?
In Hot Tub Time Machine, when they pull the what's his name? The dude who played God, what the hell has he been in? The bald dude in Hot Tub Time Machine. When he pulled the catheter out of his genitals by hand, my mom was just dying.
Very nice.
And I was just sitting there like, oh my.
You know what's funny is, like, for those movies, you kind of have to go in expecting some awkward situations. But, for instance, in the second Matrix movie, there was the huge, like, rave sex scene at the beginning, which there was no way to expect that to happen. And I know a lot of people who saw that with their parents who were very uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine.
But it's also funny, like, when, for instance, when I go to a movie and I'm the youngest person there by far, and it's all the elderly people, or they're just an older crowd, and the movie just... There's two things that either happen. One is Kate Winslet walks around naked the whole movie, and it's kind of awkward. Or the other one is, like, for instance, when I saw RV, all the jokes weren't funny, but all the other people there found it to be hilarious.
Wait. You paid money to go see RV?
I did.
I'm sorry.
Were you at gunpoint? Was the hamburger making you?
Wait, is that the Robin Williams one, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm really sorry then. I watched like 5 minutes of that movie and I hated life.
Yeah, it wasn't very funny, but everyone in the theater found it hilarious.
Okay, I forget what movie it was, but the entire theater was cracking up to the preview of Vampires Suck. I don't know how it's possible. It was terrible.
Actually, have any of you guys seen The Bourne Identity?
No.
I think I saw that one.
Yeah, well, it's a really popular movie, but my friend and I saw it, and we didn't think it was that good. But there was one point where Matt Damon made some joke because he lost his memory, and he was trying to refigure everything out, and he was hanging out with this one girl, and she went in a building, and she's like, "Don't forget me," and he said, "How could I forget you? You're the only person I know." And everyone in the theater blew up laughing, and me and my friend just stared at each other like, huh? Then when it got quiet again, my friend yelled, "What the fuck's so funny?" And he got awkward stares.
I'll bet.
Yeah, usually shouting obscenities does that to people.
Yes. Yes, it does. Cages, when's the last time you shouted an obscenity?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. It was probably during intramurals or something.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Tab, when's the last time you shouted an obscenity? Was it at a video game?
Ooh. See, I was about to say when I had, which was definitely yesterday, but I may have been at a video game and not when I was at work.
So, actually, I have another idea, but Andy, when's the last time you shouted an obscenity?
When I dropped a probably 10-pound steel plate on my pinky.
Okay, that probably didn't feel too great.
kind of freaking hurt.
Oh,
Okay.
that.
But I just got thinking, why is it that video games bring out the worst in people? I mean, I know that I get frustrated with games sometimes and throw controllers. Well, not as much anymore, but it has happened. So why do you guys think that happens?
Because when you spend a half an hour trying to do something and you die in the last, 30 seconds, you get really pissed off because you just wasted a half an hour and you have to do it all over again.
Oh man, on that note, was just playing some Bioshock 2. Then I'd been playing for a while, and then the game froze on me, and I was like, fuck. So I turned it off, and I turned it back on, and I'd lost an hour of progress.
Wah, wah, wah.
I wasn't, with me though, when I get pissed off, it's usually just, I back away and give myself some time before I start playing video games again. Luckily, I have this podcast to do instead. That is really just an awful baby crying one. It's just a couple of...
Yes.
Time to go through my junk mail.
John? Appropriate sound bit?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Speaking of junk mail,
nobody likes junk mail.
how's that for a segue into listener mail? Unless you guys already did that. And then, shut up, cunt. It's also implying we have listener mail.
That was great, John.
You don't mess with John Lithgow. Just never talk over him. That includes you, Cages.
Yeah, Kevin.
After seeing Lithgow and Dexter, I don't think I'd ever mess with Lithgow.
Alright, so, listener mail. I will check the email box in a couple minutes to see if we got any. So, hopefully we get some by the time I check. But, we'll find out. Anyways, back to video game violence. Cages, do you find yourself getting irritated with video games at times?
At times, but it's usually like I'm trying to do one certain part of a level or whatever, and I just keep failing at it for 10 tries or something like that. And then, like Tab said, I just end up walking away, and then the first time I come back to it, I beat it, and I'm like, what the heck?
So do you guys think, if it's happened yet, when did it happen? When video games crossed the threshold from being a nerdy thing to being an accepted norm? Has
Halo.
it happened yet?
Halo.
Halo?
Easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Andy. Probably Halo. Actually, yeah, probably Halo, but it started probably with GoldenEye.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so the first-person shooter genre has helped propel video games into accepted norms?
I would say a combination of the first-person shooter genre in combination with a strong multiplayer. GoldenEye had a good single player too, but especially once you got to Halo, there started to be this change. With Halo was the first one that went, hey, with multiplayer, we can still make a boatload of money.
Doing the same thing.
Yep.
10-hour single player, and then the rest just carries itself.
10 hours if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But that formula has worked, and people still buy Call of Duties like gangbusters.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's essentially it creates the illusion that there's a change in the market, but really just the guys who buy Madden every year and buy NBA whatever every year.
Updated roster, the game.
Yep.
And I mean, like honestly, it's kind of neat because it's like every year you get a sequel that usually has some improved gameplay elements, if you're lucky. Which is neat, but on the other hand, it's like you're supporting essentially an element of the industry that the hardcore or just old school gamers have no real interest in, and so it's really just it's funneling money away from creative games that have a focus on story or even just gameplay.
Like Skyward Sword, which we'll never see.
Let's show them how gay we are! And continue talking about video games. So,
Just for that.
excuse me?
Just for that.
And one thing that EA is doing lately, which is kind of pissing off video gamers, is if you buy a used copy of a game, you need to pay EA online in order to play online with other people.
That is kind of crap.
So,
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that's irritating to players, but makes sense due to just the fact that the entire used game market is complete bullshit because it just takes away money. It doesn't take away, yeah, it takes away money from the actual companies that make the games and funnels it into GameStop.
True. I mean, GameStop does charge outrageous prices to begin with. So if you buy a used game and then have to pay EA's fee, you might as well have just purchased the new game.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, if I go to GameStop to buy a game, I'm just gonna, and most of the time I don't. I go through Amazon, because half the time you save money that way, anyways. But when I go, I just buy new because I don't want to support GameStop. I want to support the people who make the games.
Oh, good for you!
Yeah, good for me. I feel good about it.
I'm
Actually,
kind of the
yes.
opposite. I'm kind of greedy in that regard. I only buy new games if it's something that I really appreciate. Like most of the time, it's Nintendo games, or I think I paid full price for No More Heroes. But a game like Left 4 Dead or something, I'd probably just try to find it as cheap as possible.
All right, so
Well, honestly, with Left 4 Dead, I mean, depending on if you want to play it on PC or on a system, if you want to get it on PC, the cheapest way probably is directly through Steam, getting through a digital download.
Which I did.
And then,
$10.
yeah, exactly. So you save money, and you still supported the company that makes it.
so
And I think
Cages.
that's actually, oh yeah, that Cage's talk.
Cages, you spend a lot of time on your couch. How often? How many hours do you spend playing video games?
Depends. I mean, if I get like a new game, I'll spend most of my day playing that. But I mean, if I haven't gotten a new game recently, not necessarily playing as much.
All right, so I have a question for everybody here, this is never going to happen. It's not going to happen anytime soon, and this is purely hypothetical. If Nintendo became a developer only and didn't make systems and only made games for other systems, how would you feel about that?
Pissed.
Why? Or Tab, how would you feel?
I think I wouldn't be angry, but I'd kind of be disappointed because when I was younger, I was, I wouldn't want to say I was a big Nintendo fan, but I own Nintendo products. And for me, like Sega was the thing that like one of my friends had, and I rarely got to play. So like Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't have any like distinct appeal for me. I've played it and I've enjoyed some of its games, but I think it would be a real shame. I mean, it would be just about like as a Nintendo fan when Sega became developer only, it was kind of one of those sweet things where it was like awesome they lost the war, and now Nintendo is on the top. Of course, now Microsoft and the Xbox 360 is kind of I'd say the power player right now. So I think if Nintendo went to developer only, it would be kind of sad, but hopefully they would continue to make good games, unlike Sega, who makes games like Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Riders 4.
We do not talk about that.
And anything Sonic related, which is not good.
I don't know about you guys, but I really did enjoy Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for GameCube.
I never played that, but I played Sonic Adventure 1 and I enjoyed it.
Sonic?
Yeah, Sonic
in 3D.
And that was on Dreamcast, which was an amazing system.
It's from my impression, Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 were actually pretty good 3D Sonic games, but all other ones have been complete shit.
Correct.
What they need to do with Sonic is do what they did with New Super Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong. Just a 2D side-scroller in 3D.
They did do that.
When?
It's available for download across all the systems.
Huh. I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah, it's called Sonic 4.
Yeah.
And it's fun, but it's pretty frustrating.
Mm.
But they did do that.
Well, they need
So
to
there, Andy.
happen.
Just like with the Mega Man. Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, what, 8 and 9?
Yeah, how they
Mega Man.
they even look old, though. They didn't make it 3D at all. It looks like it's an 8-bit game. So that's a little fan service for the retro fans.
That's old news, though, Johnny.
Yeah, I know. Well, Cages didn't know that.
Well, Cages is Cages.
That's true. All right. I think it's time for a commercial. So we'll be back right after this. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Cages Furniture Outlet. And I'm the owner. Nice to meet you. My name's Fred. What can we help you with today, sir?
Oh, I'm just really thirsty. I was looking for some water.
You were looking for water. Well, you've come to the wrong place, sir. This is a furniture outlet.
You don't have any water?
Well, why don't you take a seat here, and I could go get you some. Now, why don't you see how relaxing that couch is while I grab you some water? And actually,
okay.
Here, have a short conversation with our spokesman, Cages. Cages, come out here. Say hello to the gentleman. Tell him how long you sat on this couch. I'll be right back.
I've personally sat on this couch for about a week straight. And if you buy now, personally guarantee that you will have a permanent ass print of mine in this couch.
What? Why would I want that?
It'll give you
what benefit would that give?
Gives you a nice, comfortable, formed seat for you.
Oh, that's interesting. They don't have that at Bob's Discount Furniture.
All right, sir. I do return. I hope Cages didn't touch you in any inappropriate way. He does that sometimes. But
what?
I unfortunately there was no water, but I did get you a Fresca.
Oh, okay.
Just be careful. Don't spill it on the couch, because my co-owner Eric would not approve.
Oh, okay. I'll try my best.
Now, Cages, did you tell him how long you sat on this couch?
Yes, I told him I had sat on it for about a week straight.
And on your Cagesometer, of scale of 0 to 10, 10 being how that's the best couch you've ever sat on. What did you tell him what you gave this couch?
I would give this probably a solid 10.
A solid 10. You know what? Whenever he goes to other stores, he gives it like a 3 or a 4. Whenever he comes to this store, it's always a 10. How's that Fresca?
It's all right. I kind of wanted a water, but this Fresca's pretty good too.
Drink Fresca. And we're back. All right, I'm getting a little static from somebody, but that's okay. So, in case of those of you who don't know, who might not have heard the last episode, we do have a major announcement. I repeat, a major announcement here on PPR. I need to get a breaking news thing, but instead I'll just do this. Glass breaking. All right. So, Cages, would you care to discuss this breaking news?
If I knew what it was, I suppose.
I think you know what it is.
I do.
Make the announcement. You know. Start by saying, I know.
I know.
My.
Phone number.
There we go.
Oh my god!
He doesn't even know that he knows it, but he did learn his phone number.
I don't believe you.
It's a good thing I've been sitting down.
Cages, how did you learn it? Did you study on it?
No.
Did you take crib notes?
No, just from minor annoyance from you and me looking at it every time you've said that. So.
Alright, so, how does it feel now? Do you feel liberated?
Sure.
Alright, so, instant reaction. How do you guys feel?
I'm out of breath.
I don't believe you.
Well, Cages did recite it for me off air, and it's true. He learned his easy phone number.
I don't believe you.
Cages, how do you respond to this?
I don't care whether you believe me or not.
I don't believe you.
Oh, good for you!
I think that's a collective agreement from everybody. But Cages, you can be accepted now.
Ooh.
And
You can actually start dating.
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Ouch.
I think the only step left is the Cages makeover special.
That's true. That'll be coming soon. But at first, if he wants to start dating, he'll have to follow this advice.
Maybe we should calm it down a little bit and pretend to be straight.
Ouch. Was that really necessary?
Yes.
No. All right. I said I wasn't going to do this again, but I think we should do Ask Mrs. Webb.
Go for it.
All right, so we'll have Cages versus Andy versus Tab, or should we do teams?
Well, hold on. What is this?
You did this before when you weren't paying attention. When I asked questions from web advice columns, and
Yes. Ow. Fuck.
apparently you can't celebrate adequately. Did you injure yourself?
I just need my computer.
All right, you need it. So you were jerking off so hard that it just need really hard. All right,
I can't help
keep
how
that to
you-
yourself.
you-
Keep it to yourself.
I give up.
No one wants to know.
Oh, Cages does, but
All right, let's do this. Come on.
all right. Well, do we want to do teams or does every man for himself?
Free
What
for all.
would the teams be?
I don't know, like Andy and Cages versus Tab, the American
Done.
versus Germany.
Bring it.
Free for all.
All right, free for Cages is our tiebreaker. Do you want to do teams?
I'm indifferent. We'll let you. You're the host. You choose.
Free for all.
I think we'll do one round where it's a team, and then the next round will be free for all. All right. So I found a Dear Betty. All right. Here we go. Dear Betty, please, I need help. I've loved this girl in my class for 4 years, but I never asked her out.
That's not love.
I really like her, but I don't know how to tell her. She might know I like her. I'm not really sure, but she might also like me back. It would be really helpful if I got some advice. Thanks. All right. Andy, you seem to have some input, so shoot.
That's not love. That's just creepy stalkerish.
So you're the pro on that, so keep going.
All right, so guy likes a girl, wants to ask her out. Depends on whether or not the person wants to do something absurd or direct.
Well, you better hurry up and answer the question.
I vote bring a boombox and play What Is Love while bobbing your head to the left.
Okay.
How has that worked for you?
Oh,
Implying it
Cages.
worked.
Ouch.
Implying it worked.
You're making my dick wet.
Cages, you apparently have some opinions on this. So, what advice do you give to this helpless caller?
Just man up and ask her out, I guess.
That's it?
Yeah. That's all I got.
All right, you lose.
Yeah,
Tab,
I know.
What do you got?
Well, I'm going to have to give him the advice that I think all guys need to follow nowadays due to the current success of a certain book and movie franchise. What you first need to do is just a camera for later use. You need to get a video camera with a tripod. So what you do...
A vampire?
No. First, well, you're on the right... You've got the right idea. What you do is you have to sneak into her house at night, into her bedroom.
Oh, God,
and
that was great.
Just watch her while she sleeps. And you videotape this so later you can show how much you love her. And that way, when you show it to her, she'll be like, oh my goodness, that's so romantic. You broke into my house and watched me while I sleep. And then she'll be so wet for you that she'll just let you rail her.
All right, Eric.
And she'll be so happy she'll have evidence to use against you at your trial.
That might be true, but
it worked in them vampire movies.
all right. The winner of this round, contrary to earlier statements, is Cages. Cages is the victor.
I still think What Is Love would work.
No one asked you. Well, I did earlier, but I didn't ask you about that. All right, next question. Dear Podcast Revolution, it doesn't actually say that. I have a problem. There's this guy that I really... These only... Are all these love questions? Oh my god. All right. There is a guy that I really like, but we are only friends. My best girlfriend introduced us, and we get along great. But there are 2 other girls in my grade who like him too. She used the wrong 2. That frustrates me.
Moving on.
People think that we'd be good together, but he seems to pay more attention to the other people. I want him to like me. What do I do?
Put out.
All right. That sounds like advice Eric would give. In
Put
fact,
out.
that sounds like
No,
Eric did give on the last
Eric- that match.
You slut it up. That was his advice.
Split it up, yes. All right, well, Cages, what advice would you give this young broad?
I guess try and spend more time with him, see if he would show more interest in you. If not, move on. If he does, go for it.
All right. Yeah.
Shut up, cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
All right, Andy,
Well,
if you
moving
put your
on.
guitar down, I'll let you speak.
I already gave my answer.
Well, all right. So, all right, Tab.
Yes.
Do you have a full response?
Yeah, what I think she needs to do is she got to get herself some of that fancy colognes and just spray it all up on over herself. And then
Cologne?
she just get, perfume.
Perfect.
Yeah, actually,
There you go.
men's cologne works because how men's cologne works is it smells like you.
I love when my women smell like men.
So you really need like this cocktail of perfumes and colognes, and then you just gotta like grind up on his junk. Ideally, like you shouldn't be wearing no underpants, and maybe he shouldn't be wearing nothing at all. And then you just kind of make some babies, and then
That will scare him away. That will
My
scare
dad
him
turns
away.
me on.
Yes. Nobody wins this round. Right? We're done. We're done talking about that. All right. Here's a different one. Someone wants to offer me a promotion, but I don't feel like I deserve it as much as one of my coworkers. What should I do? All right. Cages, you've never been in a working environment, so your input means nothing, so we're skipping over you. All right. Andy, what do you say?
There's a good chance I did not pay attention to the question.
All right, Tab.
did. What was the question? Something about coworkers?
All right, Cages, were you paying attention?
Yeah.
All right, answer.
I mean, a lot of working environments is not necessarily based off of your abilities. It's based off of connections and
Shut up, cunt.
yeah.
All right, you win.
Ask the question again.
Thank you.
Nope, Cages won.
Ask the question again, you whore.
All right, here's one right here. Hi, I'm 50 years old, and now what? My
What out?
marriage stinks. I want a divorce. I think he means divorce. But, she. I want a divorce, but she threatens me that he will ruin my credit if... Alright, this is just such a grammatical mess, I'm not even reading it. You can just suffer.
The
Can
gender
you
changed
read
3
it in a
times.
non-grammatically fucked up way?
No, I can't. It would take me too much preparation to do that. Too much time.
Okay, then.
Alright,
I can
here's one.
respect that.
Dear Podcast Revolution, especially Eric, but Eric's not here, sorry. My son started kindergarten this year, and he's having a very hard time adjusting to being away from home. To make matters worse, his classmates are teasing him because on his first day he cried about being homesick. I don't get why children are so relentless, but countless times my son has come home in tears from the teasing. I've discussed homeschooling as an option with my husband and with my school counselor, but I don't want to take him away from school too soon because he could turn around and start to enjoy it. It's only 2 months into the school year after all. I would appreciate any insight you have to offer. Please help!
Okay, they're 5. So, suck it up. Have the kid walk in there, find the biggest kid there, and just kick him in the balls to assert his dominance. Problem solved.
What if their kid is the biggest kid there?
Find the second biggest.
What if it's a girl?
Just kick her in the balls, right?
Same concept.
All right. I think we're having some gender identity issues here. All right, Cages, what say you?
I mean, figure let the kid finish off the year. I mean, and make the decision from there. I mean,
Okay. Tab, what would you say?
Well, Andy's got the right idea, but he's not going far enough. What you need to do is get your kid a gun. And I'm not saying you should put bullets in it. What you should do is maybe drop some bullets by accidentally into his backpack and just not pick them up. And
I
then
think that's
just
a
let
tidbit
nature
too
take its
far.
course.
that may work in Germany. I don't know if that would work here.
Well, let me intervene and say that a happy medium would be telling your kid to say something like this.
Putting on the foil.
What?
Put
Tab,
on
would you care to
foil, yeah.
elaborate what this means?
Putting on the foil.
Yeah, so what your kid needs to do is he needs to get some gloves, and then in order to make, and so that way because there's nothing wrong with wearing gloves, and you wrap layers of tinfoil around your knuckles, and then put the gloves on to conceal them, so then your punches will hit harder, and then you just destroy the kid.
All right. I think I win this round. All right, one more round, then we'll get to recommendations. All right, I am the oldest of 3 sisters. I do not talk to either of my sisters. The younger one due to drama that she causes, and the middle sister is involved in an abusive relationship. She even had him removed from the home 2 years ago. He has called the police on me and my son, telling them lies. Now she is not allowed to talk to me or my kids. That hurts, as I am not allowed to see her kids. Both my parents have passed on, and my sisters have my parents' urns. I can't even spend time to help. They spelled distraught wrong also. That was just a mess. But apparently she wants to see her sister and her dead parents.
To pay them respect.
How do you recommend she goes about doing this?
Put out.
That's your solution to everything, isn't it?
Well, I
Maybe
mean,
he should take his own advice.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's a solution. Not that he's ever been able to implement it, you know.
Andy, have you ever thought about taking that advice for yourself?
Putting out?
Yes. And you seem to back it so much. You shouldn't preach it until you try it.
Implying I haven't tried it?
Okay, Cages, have you tried it?
That's exactly what we're saying.
Cages?
No, not at the moment.
All right. Are you planning on trying it?
Potentially in the future. We'll see. Yeah. I knew that
Oh!
What'd I do?
All right. Yes. So, Tab, what's your advice?
I don't remember what the question was, honestly.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're done with this. All right. We're going to take our... We're not even going to take a break. We're just going to get into recommendations. What we will recommend, I do not know yet. So, actually, we'll take a short pause and discuss. All right, we are back. So, we decided our topic was going to be a good way to spend ways that we recommend that you spend 2 hours to just kill it. So, a good way to kill time for 2 hours.
Is that by yourself or with others?
Oh my cages!
Beer.
Yeah.
That dick, Douglas.
And oh my, Bacteria Mike is in the studio. Bacteria Mike.
Bacteria!
You're making my dick wet.
Here, come on down. So, Mike, we're going to discuss recommendations for a good way to kill a couple hours.
Okay.
So, I'll let you think. Andy, I believe you have an idea.
Good way to pass 2 hours. If you play the Song of Time, you can accelerate the flow of time. Or you can play Majora's Mask.
Andy, how about a real answer?
Play Majora's Mask.
All right, that's acceptable.
Good chance I'm playing today now.
Okay. Tab, do you have a good way to pass a couple hours?
A couple hours? How many hours are we talking?
Let's say
2.
A couple. So 2.
Okay, so 2. Okay, I had a really good answer if you wanted to pass like 3 days, but let's see, 2 hours.
Let's hear that too. Go ahead. You could say that.
Listen to catch up on your PPR. I know some people don't listen to the episodes they should be. Bad Andy.
I like that answer. Well, a lot of people like that answer. Oh my. All right.
Encore.
Yeah. So.
And actually, a good way to pass, not 2 hours, maybe 3. Actually, might even be 4. Watch Seven Samurai.
Okay. What is
Still
that?
need to do that one.
That is a classic Japanese film. It's at least 3 hours. It's one of those. I don't think it has. But it's one of those long films back in the day when you could make a movie longer than 2 hours and still have people watch it. But it was just a really brilliant piece and just really good. And of course, watch it with subtitles, not with some bullshit dub.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
So,
Cages.
I'd say if there's with other people, you could do sports of some kind. That's always fun. Yeah.
Water sports.
Yeah, sure.
Cages.
Oh dear.
You're making my dick wet.
Yeah.
So, all right. What if you're by yourself?
Say, sit on the couch and play some video games. There's
You soft.
Yeah. There's plenty of good games out there.
All right. And back to your Mike. Do you have any ideas?
I got two. One is sleeping. That's always a favorite of mine. And then also going to the gym.
Okay, gym's good.
That's what I got.
All right, gym's a good way to pass some time. All right, and I will say, work out at home while catching up on your favorite TV series, which for me could be Arrested Development.
There you go.
So sometimes it's a good idea to just exercise while you're doing something.
Killed two birds with one stone.
All right.
There you go.
So, anybody have anything else to say?
Not really.
All right, and for those of you who don't know, if you weren't listening 5 seconds ago, Bacteria Mike will be on the PPR special that we're recording tonight at the casino.
Oh, yeah.
So I look forward to that coming up soon. And Andy, do you have any parting words?
No. I hate all of you. No, I'm just kidding. You're good.
All right, Cages.
Bye. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Tab, do you have any closing words?
Be smart.
All right. Thank you, Tab. Do you have any more closing words?
No.
All right. Bacteria Mike.
I got
Never
nothing.
gonna give you up.
All right, and well, I'd like to say
Das Vidania.
I am so thankful for you.
Cages.
Shut up, cunt.
All right, but yes, I'm thankful to have all of you guys here. This has been a good show, and basically, without me, the show wouldn't be possible. So obviously, I'm very important, more important than all of you put together.
I carry this show and you know it.
What?
What?
Shut up, cunt.
Anyways, this show has gotten a little out of hand. I'd like to apologize for all the viewers who have made it to this point.
Go away.
But pretty much that's it. Say goodbye, everybody. Let's have a group goodbye. Bye.
Fail.
Where is it? There it is.